Hey, what's up everybody? Jason here. Welcome to 3-Minute Tutorials, a show where I get to the point as quick as possible. So this episode, I'm going to focus on sweeping your frequency spectrum with the visual EQ. So in my first video for this series, I talked about the importance of learning the frequency spectrum, learning those two charts, one for trouble spots with instruments and one for characteristics like muddiness and clarity and all that type of stuff. This is a technique that you can build on top of that with a visual EQ, and it's pretty simple. Throw an EQ, ideally a visual one, because the signal there is actually going to tell you where you can actually start off with. And I'm going to play the isolated snare track from a cover song that we're working on. You can hear a lot of the ringing with the snare. So this is a Tama SoundLab Project brass snare, which sounds fantastic, but it does ring quite a bit. One thing you can do, obviously, if you're recording, you can use moon gel or any other type of dampening to maybe deal with some of that stuff on the way in, but I like a pingy, ringy sounding snare. This one's just a little bit too much. So pick any frequency band, it doesn't matter, and raise it up. Give yourself a moderately sized range here. You don't want to have too wide of a range. You don't want to have too narrow of a range. So if you have something that's kind of middle of the road, it's going to help you find the general area where the noise is coming from, and then you can get more specific with it. So let's play this. So I can hear it coming in right about here. And there's the big one. So 480. So it still does have some ringiness, but it gets rid of that really high-end ping sound to it. So let's listen to the final version. So this is the final curve that I ended up creating from the snare. Obviously, save these things as presets so you don't have to keep doing the same work over and over again. And yeah, you'll notice there's a lot of hi-hat bleed in there, but I left it in there on purpose. If I wanted to get rid of that, I could just do this. But I actually want to keep it in there for the song. So let's play this in the context of the entire drum kit. And now with all the processing. And now in the context of the song. And that's all there is to it. So learn how to sweep those frequencies, have notes nearby so you can make notes of things that you like the sound of and things that you want to get rid of. Like I said, obviously there's 20 million videos around how to do this with all these certain types of instruments. The biggest takeaway for me is to always do this in the full mix of the song. So generally start somewhere. Anytime I record with this snare, I throw this preset on there and I do the final tweaking in the full mix, because it doesn't matter how the snare sounds isolated on its own. It matters how it cuts through the mix. So hope you enjoyed this short tutorial. Remember to like and subscribe. These episodes come out every Tuesday and Thursday, so hit the bell, you'll get notified, and I'll see you on the next one.